Hello everyone, how are all of you people doing? What's up, bots, pixels, and otherwise random people across the interwebs? Today we are taking a look at this vehicle, the BMP-3. Not the 3M, not the Tier 7, this is the Tier 6. BMP-3, armored fighting vehicle. Yesterday, by the way, Friday we took a look at the XM1, main battle tank. Go watch it, you may find yourself entertained. Now, this is I think this is still Soviet era? We're still in the Soviet era with this vehicle, or is it officially Russian? Yes, it's still Soviet era vehicle. And it was intended to be an upgrade and replacement for the BMP-1 and 2. So, what we have here is a lightly armored fighting vehicle made of high hardness steel, which is a surprising choice, that has to go up against the Bradley and the VBL. Now, what we're going to find is that this is kind of a jack-of-all-trades middle road type of vehicle with one unique capability. So, let's go over it and I will explain its unique capability. First, we have the VBL Reconnaissance Vehicle. It has 37 damage per shot and 120 penetration. We have 78 damage per shot, 132 penetration. We get 27 rounds per clip. The VBL gets 45. It's about the same damage per clip. Matter of fact, if we flip over our autocannon ammo and place our frag shells, we can now refresh this. This is how you see, by the way, your damage and things, is by doing that. You flip it over so that it's... Hold on. Let's just remove you then. And see if that takes it. Usually, before it would do this. And now I don't think it... No, it won't do it anymore. It used to be whatever ammunition was in slot 1 was the ammunition that it considered in use at the time for review purposes, but I guess not. So anyway, damage per minute wise, it definitely kind of leans toward the VBL with twice the clip size, and it takes us 6.5 seconds to reload. The VBL only takes 6 seconds. The VBL has a 300 round per minute. We have 200. Kind of goes to the VBL, and the VBL's autocannon is also more accurate. There you go. The VBL, of course, is also much more mobile than us, but it is extremely poorly armored in comparison. Though to say we have a lot of armor is silly. We do not have Bradley level armor or VFM level armor. We are not capable of blocking very many shots, if any at all. Expect to be consistently penetrated by everything that hits you. Just about. Now, unlike the VBL, which may only carry the autocannon or the missiles, we can carry missiles or frag cannons. The unique feature of this vehicle is the frag cannon. It is your primary weapon! It is the weapon you will probably use the most, is to hurl HE at fronts of heavily armored targets and still do significant damage. Just saying. Expect to be using it a lot. Furthermore, we are slower than the VBL, but we are quicker to accelerate to our top speed, oddly enough, but we don't have the higher top speed. We have a worse view range and camouflage rating, meaning the VBL will always outspot you. Just be prepared for that. Your frag cannon is actually more accurate than his autocannon, but your autocannon is less accurate and also has a longer aim time. Effectively, think of it this way. The VBL's autocannon is better than yours. Just flat out. Better higher turret traverse, quicker aim time, better accuracy spread, better depression. Right, so what advantages do we have over the VBL? We have more hit points, we have higher alpha damage per round, meaning in a flat-out slugfight, if you can get the VBL to stop or you can hit every single shot while he's shooting you, you will kill him first. No questions asked. In addition to this, the frag round will devastate a VBL, doing as much as 600 damage on a penetrating hit to a VBL. And since you automatically penetrate through 23 millimeters of armor, your frag round hitting the enemy VBL is more than likely going to automatically penetrate. That's if you can hit with the bloody thing. Unless the VBL player is being dumb and sitting still, at which point he's just gravy for you. Now, all of that said, you have more utility in terms of weapon systems, but not in terms of view range or camouflage rating. So, yeah, you're going to have to really work at it if you want to outspot VBLs, and you're really going to have to work at it if you want to kill them before they can open fire on you and do significant damage. Either way, either one of you can clip the other one out with a single clip of ammunition. Moving on to the Bradley. The Bradley has an APS system. You do not. The Bradley has 2 missiles in a separate compartment. Your missiles are loaded into the frag cannon launcher. The Bradley, I keep going over this by the way, has enough armor to stop your autocannon. You don't have enough armor on the front to stop its autocannon. The Bradley is twice your size. It still has a better camouflage and view range than you. Go figure. What advantage do you have over the Bradley? I go back to the fragmentation cannon. It is a massive HE strike equivalent to a tier 6 artillery round. It is therefore your primary advantage over the other AFVs. They can outspot you consistently, whether you're moving or sitting still. They go faster than you, though the Bradley doesn't. The Bradley has more armor. The VBL can outmaneuver you. It's just a very difficult kind of middle of the road for an AFV. You're going to outspot and outmaneuver, no questions asked, main battle tanks. That's just there. But this thing definitely has that middle of the road type of feel when it comes to its other abilities such as speed, armor, and camouflage and view ranges. You also have terrible gun depression. Be prepared to go up over cliffs and angle the front of your tank downward on a slope so you can use your elevation in place of depression. Be prepared to do that. Also note that you are a very big target. Now there are some people who recommend that you actually take the ERA off because it makes you a smaller profile tank and therefore harder to actually hit. I don't, because most people I know also carry heat rounds and fire missiles. The ERA Spaced Armored package will save you from heat rounds and missiles. So it's your choice. The armor protection against the heat and missiles, or the harder to actually hit your vehicle because you're actually physically smaller now. Because the hitbox does extend out to the ERA packages and the cage armor. Your personal preference there. Crew-wise, Sabrina Washington is basically your only real choice. Smooth ride and off-road driving are wonderful. You already have incredibly good hull traverse, which you're going to see some of. You really need to accelerate quicker if you can. Shoot from the hip, because most of the time you're going to fire while moving. You're not really hardly ever going to stop fully to actually fire your gun. The other good one to have is do the twist, because you're going to find yourself circle jerking, folks, and your turret is just slightly too slow to keep up. So having that do the twist skill can make the difference in life and death. There is no loader for this vehicle. It's an automatic loading system, meaning your load time is fixed. Over here in the retrofit compartment, I recommend double technology. Go ahead and take the optics and take the intercom systems to improve your commander, gunner, and driver's capabilities, as well as increase your view range further. Over here, since you're going to constantly be moving anyway, the enhanced shell materials will cause your autocannon and frag cannon to hit things that you don't think they should. I don't think they should. Some of the shit I get away with in this thing when I fire the fragmentation cannon is downright hilarious. Lastly, the air induction cleaner, because you need the extra acceleration and a little more hull traverse to ensure that you can circle the enemy and keep your gun on the foe you're intending to kill. Standard consumable loadout. Make sure the frag cannon is your primary weapon. You're going to use it most often at the start of an engagement, and you're only going to load missiles with the autocannon for specialist reasons. They are not going to be the thing you rely on. You're really going to rely on firing these HE shells. In the meantime, I have a match for which we can watch and see just what happened and what was going on. While our match loads in, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing? I'm interrupting my own video again. Ah! If you guys wouldn't mind, hit the like button. Seriously. Hit it, shoot it, blast it, annihilate it. We're really trying for 100 likes on these Armored Warfare reviews. Let's see if we can get there one day. Come on, guys. Chip in, hit the button. Let's do it. I want to see if we can hit 100 views. 100 likes. We already hit way over 100 views. In the meantime, on to the action. Now we are using the slightly updated replay system that came with 0.15 to do this. And I'm going to speed through the opening here. Now as you can see, I'm driving the BMP-3 as promised. And you guys can kind of see this. It has 1,270 hit points. I see no sense in an AFV getting like... The 10% hit point upgrade and a 8% hit point upgrade are only going to bring you up to 1,700 if you go full on armor for it. Which, while impressive, considering you have to fight tier 8 opponents, 1,700 hit points will still be chewed through very quickly. This vehicle is a lot less about hit points and a lot more about not getting shot or only having the enemy plant their heat rounds into your ERA. Now I move up here to early spot this fox. I spot it. I try the frag gun. It doesn't quite work out. I throw down smoke in case there are some folks in city who decide I'm worth shooting at. Now I have another shot here, but I decide against it because the fox is likely going to spot me, and I saw a Centauro up the way. It could probably ruin my day. Nice hit on the Centauro by somebody. I'm opening fire with the autocannon here because I'm trying to get some hits, and then I get shot at from the damn city. Motherfuckers, our stupid fucking team hasn't bothered to go in and engage the city yet. They're letting them have free shots out here at us guys in the field. I get a single hit on the RDF before I just decide, nope, it's not worth it. I'm getting shot right now. Aw, nothing doing. And I've loaded a missile, which is, again, is the specialist ammunition. Oh, God, there is everything behind me coming up here to open up. This is bad. This is very bad. A lot of my ERA is blown off. I'm sending a message to the guys in city. They're all spotted. If you count, hold on, we'll pause the game here for those who can't count that quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tanks have been spotted. There are 2 more out here firing. That's 15 vehicles on the enemy team that we know of for sure their location. You need to engage, city! And there's the last vehicle. It just appeared on the minimap. Hello, Bagel Panzer. You have had a nice run, but it's not nice enough. Now, you guys are going to hear me loading a missile. And this is the part where I decide to really have some fun at this WZ's expense. Now, Sophie is up there. There's the missile. Oh, it's ready. And I mark him. Ooh! You didn't like that, did you? Did you? And now that he's distracted and marked, Sophie comes in and plants a round right into him. I fire another missile to kill him, but a BMP-2 decides to do the job for me. Now, I still can't figure out where the hell that BMP-2 is thinking he's doing back here. But he's down to 48 hit points either way. And I see an opportunity. We're going to go look at this opportunity real quick like. As you can see, the T-72 is engaging our main battle tank force right here, meaning he's keeping his front armor towards them. What he doesn't know is I have shots and we have just won the field. So as you can see, my self-awareness is being rewarded with repeated hits into his rear armor. And a kill. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pay attention to your map and look at your surroundings. Don't sit in your frickin' aimed-in circle after you press the shift button and expect to do well. You need to really have a good look around. Now, I probably up on this fox who wasn't paying attention, and he paid for not paying attention with, you know, about 300 hit points. And the BMD-2 comes in, and that poor Fox, he's just getting jumped from every circle. He's done for. As you guys can clearly, obviously, see, it is not going well for the enemy team. And now for the coup de grace. Now, I'm going to show you guys this because this just wasn't right. This is not a good spot. He had moved all the way up to here, with his bailout plan being to back straight up in a straight line. Your bailout plan from this position should be to dive down here, because that is a lot quicker and a lot shorter, and you'll have a lot less time exposing yourself. Also, if you're backing up in a straight line, the ERC is fast, don't get me wrong, but the ERC does not outrun bullets in a straight line. I mean, it just doesn't. And now I spot the Tarfin too. In the exact same position. And this is my spotting. I am spotting these vehicles right now. I am, however, unable to engage. I let somebody else do it for me. So yeah, that position up there, your best option is to back off to the left if that's your position. Though I would advise against using that position at all, because I see a lot of people die there. I open fire as well, and I'm getting a couple hits. I'm getting in on this one. Gotcha. That's my 4th kill. Now for some revenge. You see, there's a little BMP-2 over here who decided at the very beginning of the match to shoot me and blow off some of my ERA, and I'm rather upset about this. So I decide to express how upset I am with autocannon fire and get the final kill for my 5th kill this match. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to play a BMP-3. Don't be afraid to relocate. Don't be afraid to get in people's faces. The missile is a utility item, only really usable when you have to shoot at the front of main battle tanks. And be extremely aware of your surroundings. Your massive view range also gives you a massive draw range, which means a lot of time you can shoot things from stupidly far away and never even realize it. Now, as you guys also saw, I only fired the frag cannon a couple times. That's because the opportunity to fire the autocannon against unarmored vehicles was repeatedly presented, or to fire the autocannon at the rear of main battle tanks. And since I had loaded a missile for a main battle tank in the first place, I was actually constantly forgot to change over to fragmentation rounds from my frag cannon. So, that is the BMP-3. I advise when you're sniping with this thing to use the frag cannon instead of the missiles, because you can it's a fire and forget. You fire and you duck down before anybody notices you, and firing a frag round only cuts your camouflage by a quarter. Firing a missile cuts your camouflage by 2/3. Listen to the Fiaura. She knows what she's talking about. I've done this way too much. So we're going to be doing a video in a series in the future, by the way, that is going to examine retrofits and what they actually do to your vehicle physically in-game so you guys can see and relate to them. And we're actually considering using the Chieftain Mark VI as the baseline unit to equip all the retrofits to, so that you guys can see how they affect the match and the map. In the meantime, as I said earlier during the interruption, yes, I know I interrupted myself this time. If you guys enjoyed or you found this review helpful, please hit the like button. Seriously. I'm trying to hit 100 likes on this video. If you didn't, the dislike button's right there, though you're not as cool. Also, share on Facebook and Twitter my videos. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Do it. Do it. Or go on your Steam list, find a random person and tell them, hey, I watched this YouTuber. You should too. And drag them in here. Seriously. Drag them kicking and screaming. I dare you. I can find it fun to go troll your friends by saying they should come watch me. It'd be hilarious for everybody involved, even me. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so through Patreon, or you can check out the ad at the end of the video. Remember, all patrons, you get additional access to me with the ability to talk to me most anytime. And in addition to this, you get to be a moderator after 2 months of patronage, should you decide you want to be a live stream moderator, which live streams happen right here on YouTube. Pay attention. And here is the previous review for you guys, the XM1 from Friday, which still doesn't have 100 likes at the time of this recording, so maybe you guys can fix that. In the meantime, from my house to yours, this is Fiaura, and I will hopefully see all of your lovely faces next time. Bye-bye, everyone!